Hey, what's going on, y'all? How you doing? It is Thursday. It is 3 days before the big matchup between your Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. How y'all doing? It's Steve here on Grown Folks Sports Talk and the ATL and Atlanta Bird Game. How y'all doing today? Good, gloomy out here on a Thursday today. Don't know. Hopefully the weather will get a little better by the weekend. I need to check their forecast and see what it's going to be later on coming into the week. But hopefully it gets better for this matchup that we will have against the very much hated New Orleans Saints. How y'all doing? Again, check us out here on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube, Grown Folks Sports Talk in the ATL. Please go by and subscribe, get a chance to see all these broadcasts and also the archives of what we have. What's up, Henri? How you doing, buddy? Snowing up here in Buffalo. Yeah, y'all got it worse in Buffalo. Trust me. I would rather have the weather now. It's probably about, actually, let me look on my watch. It's 64 degrees here. Still just a little gloomy, but not that bad. So I'll take that. Getting ready for the start of the second half, I guess. What better way to start? What barometer to start against rather than New Orleans Saints? New Orleans Saints 7-1, rolling everybody, not only with their first team, but their second team quarterback. Alvin Kamara missed a couple of games. They're still rolling. So as far as New Orleans is concerned, they were hitting on all cylinders. I'm almost wondering they probably didn't want to have a bye week because when you're rolling like that, you know, you want to keep everything going. So what I was looking for today is to us as Falcon fans, what are the keys to this game? What is going to help us be competitive in this game? Let's keep it real and keep it honest. New Orleans is on a different level overall right now. But this is the second half of the season. I don't know what these guys did on their break. I did see the little sign where Julio was out in the where he was out in with Roddy White celebrating and having a good time, which is fine. That's what the guys need to do when you're 1-7. Sometimes you need to kind of get away from it all, come back to it, and let's see what we can roll with in the second half of the season. So again, let's talk about keys to the game. My first key, and to me, the most important key, and I have to give credit where credit is due. I know Robert Price is one of the guys who always listens in with us, and he was going over running the ball, time of possession, being able to keep the ball away from Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. The longer you can keep that New Orleans defense on the field, the better it's going to be for you because two things. One, you give your defense rest, and two, your defense isn't that good. You're going to probably have to score at least 30 to even be competitive in this game. So in order for that to happen, you must establish some semblance of a running game. I know that's hard to say because we haven't had one all year long, but if you're going to find one thing after this break, you need to find a running game. And that falls squarely on Devonta Freeman. I don't know if Ito's been cleared or not. I haven't seen in practice whether he has or not. I'm going to have to look that up and see. But we're going to need a stellar performance from our offensive line in the run game because I think run is going to be the most important thing we need to do because our defense is not stopping anybody right now. I'm going to go through some of the comments right now. Cedric, how you doing, sir? Says keep Breeze off the field. Goes straight back to what I'm saying. Are you for all the tank talk? Henri says absolutely not. The year is not over with. So we're not even entertaining that type of noise. Not on here. I know a lot of other folks want to post and talk about Tank and talking about who's going to be there at the end of the year. I could care less about that. I'm worried about the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are my main concern right now. JJ says pressure, and more pressure. Just don't ask me how. See, JJ, that's one of those things. Again, I'm asking for something that we haven't got in the first half either. I'm asking for a running game. To your point number 2, you must get in Drew Brees' face. I don't care if you do 0 blitzes. I don't care if you do exotic blitzes. I don't care if you have to run the corner at him every now and then. You need to make Drew Brees and that thumb as uncomfortable as possible. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but guess what? Just like you saw Tom Brady on Monday night, I don't care how great you are. If you put pressure on a quarterback, it will put you off your game. We have had no signs of being able to put pressure on the quarterback. We're right now at historic rates of not being able to sack the quarterback. So anything we can get will definitely be something we need to do. We have to get some type of pressure. Henri says the offense has to score without a doubt. Be creative early. Be creative, but don't get too tricky. You don't want to lose momentum on gadget plays and things like that will lose you yard. One of the worst things I hate is when we end up getting 5 or 6 yards and either we lose by penalty or we're not able to take advantage of some situations. We need to improve that. We have to improve that. No doubt in our mind that you must be able to score. But creative, I'm down with, but just don't get too tricky. Run game has to show up in a major way. Absolutely. Orion, establish a running game, at least 5 yards per run. But you know, Orion, if I can get 3 or 4, because here you go. Even if I get 3 or 4 and I can set up a 3rd and less than 5, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, somewhere where I can utilize Hooper or utilize now Gage or somebody like that. So you don't feel like you're in those pressure situations, because when it's 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14, that they can just pin their ears back and go running right at Matt. We need to establish some type of running game. To your point, 5 yards a carry will be beautiful, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to take, 3 or 4, but 5 would be beautiful. That means if you're averaging 5 yards a carry, that means we have the ball. That means our chances to win become better. Henri says, me either. Tanking is not an option. I want to win by any and all means. Again, tanking is a loser mentality. You're never going to see me promote a loser mentality. Lisa, how you doing? We don't blitz enough, Steve. Quinn is anti-blitz. You know what it is? Lisa, I think he's been stubborn. And maybe that's the point. He's stubborn because his system, or whatever, some semblance of system that he has, I think it hasn't worked. And I think he said, we're going to try it again, try it again, try it again, try it again. And let's hope during this bye week, he's kind of, I don't want to say erase every single thing he's ever thought of, but just kind of come with a fresh approach and just say whatever's we've been trying to do in September and October has not worked. This should be basically a new defensive playbook from here to the rest of the season. I don't even care if they try to go mostly man and it doesn't work, but at least it's something different than that little goofy zone that we end. I don't even want to see the zone unless New Orleans has 3rd and 20. If I see a zone coverage with 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, because that Drew Brees will kill you like that. But put some pressure on. You're right. We must blitz, Lisa. Kevin says, win in first down. You must. You have to. It is imperative for you to win in first down. Henri says, I agree, not too tricky. Kevin, most teams want 4 on first down. I'll take that. That's a good start, Kevin. 4 yards on first down opens up the playbook. If you run and you get 1 yard or less than 1 yard, that makes it harder. That means you're going to have to get something that gets a bigger chunk of yards. That's why when I'm saying about the running game, you must establish the running game, because not only will it get you those little yards at the beginning, it'll slow down that defensive line. Cameron Jordan, as I said yesterday, is having an under the radar great year. His headlines have been stolen from the Bosa brothers this year, and the young guy out there in San Francisco and in Tampa Bay, the guy from Tampa Bay, I can't recall his name right now, who has all the sacks. Those guys are doing a great job, but don't sleep on Cameron Jordan. Cameron Jordan is balling, and the last thing we need to do is give him any more stats than what he's already has right now. Carrie Lynn says, quick decisions by MB2. I'm pretty sure you mean Matt Ryan. Listen, one thing Schaub did show, that if you let that ball go, you have a better chance at hitting those quick hits. Gage can come across the middle. Ridley can come across the middle. And Julio can come across the middle for those little 5-yard cuts or 5-yard ends and things like that. Got to let the ball go. Don't give those New Orleans guys a chance to post up on you. Their secondary is not as great as advertised. I know everybody 3 years ago, they were acting like Lattimore. They were acting like he was going to be the best cornerback in the history of the world. But as you see, he's come way back down to earth. He's been exposed. Marcus Williams, we already know his history of being exposed. The secondary can be had. But before you start talking about testing the secondary, let's test that defensive line. Let's see what they can do from a run standpoint. And don't give up. Just because you can't run on the first drive, don't scrap it all and then go to the throwing 50 times a game. Because if he has to throw 50 times a game, unless we're in a shootout, if he has to throw 50 times in the game, then we're in trouble. Lisa says a 52-48 at advantage Falcons. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Lisa also said Breeze and Peyton can't wait to run to score up on us. Absolutely. Absolutely. I almost want to see their pregame, Drew Brees' pregame little pep talks. They're usually legendary. It'll be very interesting to see how he approaches the Atlanta Falcons. He already, on a lot of his rants, already tells people how much he can't stand the Falcons. So if he has an opportunity to score 60, trust me, he will. Orion says spread the ball around. The most success Matt Ryan has had since 2016 to 2017 when he spreads the ball around. He really misses Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman was that little outlet that he had that was money just about every time. Right now, it's Austin Hooper, but absolutely spread the ball around. I agree with that totally. JJ, it's time for our top paid players to perform as such. No more talk about we got to play better. Actually go out and do it. Julio got to beat double teams. Ryan's got to make tough throws. Quarterbacks and linebackers have to take it to the next level. JJ, I can't applaud you anymore. The leaders, monetarily and however else you want to put it, on this team, the Matt Ryans, the Julios, the Devonta Freemans, the Grady Jarretts, the Deion Jones, the Ricardo Allens. Desmond Trufant is back. I know we don't want to say he's a leader, but Desmond Trufant is a leader. He's the most seasoned guy back there. Not saying he's all pro, but he's the most seasoned guy back there. These guys have to come and show up. Don't get frustrated. Drew Brees is going to get his. Drew Brees is going to get 300 yards. Drew Brees is going to get 3 touchdowns. Get that out your head right now. If he scores the first 2 touchdowns, let's not pretend like that's not going to happen. What you need to do is when you have the ball, make sure you execute. If you execute, we'll be in good shape. Brandon says, put pressure on Brees, get stops on third downs, force turnovers. All good. We haven't forced turnovers this year. I think we have maybe 5 all year? If that, I'm not even sure we have 5. We must turn the ball over. We're just letting teams they're turning us over at least 2-3 times a game. We're getting nothing. Start getting back to where you start trying to strip the ball, but don't try to tackle the guy first. Let's try to tackle first. Desmond, Matt Ryan got to get rid of the ball. Said before. Lisa, he's still mad from a couple of seasons ago when their bus got egged at the airport. Right? Yeah. Listen, that's gonna happen. It'll happen here too. Desmond says Saints licking their chops. Saints are licking their chops, but don't get it twisted. Sean Payton is not a fool. Sean Payton knows, contrary to belief and other posts you guys have been reading in this forum in the Atlanta Bird game, especially, the Saints are taking us seriously. Sean Payton is taking us seriously. Sean Payton knows what it's like to be on that other end and the other team is being successful. You want to be that team to knock them down. You want to be that team that puts them back in their place. Right now, even at 1-7 for New Orleans and the mission that their overall mission they have, this is a dangerous game, especially coming off the bye. Everybody's thinking, yeah, Kamara's back. Yeah, Drew Brees had another week to rest. I'm telling you, they are not going to underestimate this game. So that's why I say they are just as cautious about this game. Don't let them fool you. That's the fans doing all the yapping. The fans, we're going to yap no matter what. But as far as the team is concerned, you can bet Sean Payton is telling his players, don't y'all overlook this. Rivalry supersedes all the rest of that crap. Whether the Falcons are 0-8 and the Saints are 8-0, he knows that the Falcons are going to come for this game. And what better way for the Falcons to show that they're real in the second half by putting on a show against them? And I know Sean Payton is going to definitely be aware of that. Oli, I hope that's right. Our coaching staff is not ready for the Saints. Saints going to kill us. Well, Oli, again, on paper, that's what it says. And there's nothing to prove that the Falcons are going to be better. I hear you. But at the end of the day, they still have 60 minutes. Nobody's flipped the coin yet. Nobody's got on the field. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Are the Saints the better team this year? Absolutely. Are the Falcons playing like trash? Absolutely. But let's see what happens. Everybody's ready to dial it in. They might as well not show up in New Orleans. I don't look at it that way. You never know. Campbell's gonna get killed Sunday. I'm assuming you're talking about Devondre Campbell. Kevin, 2 first downs per drive and punts. Flip the field now. At least they have to drive the field. Yeah, we even if we don't score, we need to take that time off the clock because they are, as much as everybody, gives New Orleans credit for a high power offense, New Orleans dinks and dunks you to death. They don't get 40 yards at a bunch all the time. It's not like they do 2 plays and score, 2 plays and score. Drew Brees will be just fine getting 5 yards here, 6 yards here, Kamara left, Kamara right, taking 5 minutes off the clock and demoralize you on a 6 to 7 minute drive and still score the touchdown. That would be more important to New Orleans than trying to go for the big play. Plus, Drew Brees, his arm strength is nowhere near what it was before. He definitely could throw an accurate ball, but the deep ball, I haven't seen that lately. Orion says defense needs to shift the line right before the snap to rattle Brees. You've been noticing that too. You've been seeing Dallas do that. Dallas did it, and I know they scared the bejesus out of Daniel Jones this past week when they do that. Kind of like the old doomsday defense when they used to go up. Yeah, anything you can do to get Drew Brees off his game, we need to do. I mean, all stops, pull out all the stops for this game. You need this win. Kevin says rival games are always close. And that's the thing, Kevin. I was looking at the other thing where Oli was talking about Saints are going to kill us. Again, in games like this, yeah, they're the better team, but go look at that New Orleans-Miami game for a little while. I'm not saying New England didn't eventually go down and beat them. Rival games, dude, everything's thrown out the window. Even the Dallas Giants game. I mean, for a minute there, it looked like the Giants were trying to stay in there. And then, of course, talent took over. Let's see what the Falcons' mindset is coming into this game. I mean, they're starting on the road. They're starting with their nemesis. What better way to test your mettle than to go up against the best? You don't want to start and go up against Cincinnati and get some patsy wins and feel good on yourself. Go up against the best and see how you match up. That's what I think, at least. Lisa, what do we know about the health of Matt Ryan? I got a notification he practiced yesterday, but do you know how he looked good? I haven't seen. I know the Orlando Ledbetter usually comes on that AJC now, and then I know they have the little program they have tomorrow. That's how I usually get my information on how they're looking. So I'm going to see how he does at practice today. I'm going to make the assumption if he practiced today, which will be 2 days in a row, that his ankle must be good. I mean, the mere fact that I think he was thinking about playing 2 weeks ago lets me believe the ankle may not have been as bad, like, season ending kind of stuff. So I think he'll be okay. JJ says, P.S., it's time for Quinn to coach as if he deserves to be the head coach. Wishful thinking. To say I've lost faith in Dan Quinn would be an extreme understatement. These players need to win in spite of Dan Quinn. These players need to show up no matter what Dan Quinn is trying to sell them or trying to do. The Falcons need this win for the Falcons, not for Dan Quinn, not for Thomas Dimitroff, for themselves, to prove to themselves that they are still a viable NFL team. At 1-7, that with a laughing stock, because everyone thought we were going to be a lot better at this time of the year. Obviously, I did. Of course, the rest of the fan base did. But you had an extremely embarrassing 2 months. Let's see how you come out in this game this Sunday. I'm trying to tell you, anything less than, a 10-point close win or something like that, it doesn't change the narrative. I think we need to have this game. We need to win this game. Forget keeping it close. We need to win. So I can't wait. I'm ready. Hey, listen, I'm ready too. I know there are a lot of things. I'm sorry, y'all. Starbucks just had their holiday flavors came back, and I just couldn't resist. I know y'all used to me drinking my Diet Cokes, but oh my goodness, I can drink that peppermint mocha all day. And actually, a caramel apple spice, I know that's pretty good too. Anyway, back to football. They need to prove to themselves as players that they are ready to go. I know the fans are ready to go, and I like the fact that lately we're starting to react to this game. I know there's some of you that want to go to we don't have a chance. We're going to be sucking this year. We're not going to do this. Yeah, I hear you, but you know what? It's Saints Falcons. It's Saints Falcons, and that's it is what it is. They had somebody had a little post earlier was saying the Falcon fans had turned in their tickets, so now they had 200 tickets left, and they sold those out real quick. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Lisa says, do you complete your midseason PSL owner satisfaction survey? I did. I told them I was far than satisfied. Yeah, not only, this is one of the first times, keeping it real, that I filled out those surveys and actually, you know how they have the comment box? I did it once earlier this year too, but this is the first year that I've actually been filling out the comment box in addition to putting the 1s and 2s and 3s on there. Even though I like the new way you can come in, the little security way, so you don't have to go through all of that. I do like that part. So I have to give credit where credit is due. So, but as far as those surveys concerned, yeah, they're trying to act like, what did the email say? I know the on-field performance hasn't been good. We get it. The PR people are in a bad place too. I mean, what are they going to say? It's not a lot of excuses they can make. They're trying to do the best they can. So, yeah, listen, tell the truth, because I give him credit. The little press conference he had right before the bye week where he was talking to people, I think he was serious when he said he's going to reevaluate things. We've already discussed ad nauseum about his loyalties to Dan Quinn, Thomas Dimitroff, and all those things. I get it. Look, we're not going to win that battle. Plain and simple. We're not going to win that battle. He's going to let Dan Quinn stay to the end of the year. Let's face it. Let's just deal with it, for the rest of the year, if we have to, I guess. But look, again, one more key that hasn't been talked about in this game, and that's going to be stopping Alvin Kamara. Drew Brees is a great quarterback, and he's still going to be great, and he's awesome. But they need the same thing we do. In other words, their running game needs to be on par in order for Drew Brees to be successful. Stop Alvin Kamara. I know that sounds easy, but you must stop him. If you stop Alvin Kamara, that takes away probably half of their playbook. Not only running, but especially when Alvin Kamara lines up as a receiver. He kills you that way. Those little side passes, they go up to the side to Kamara. You have to stop or contain. You may not be able to stop. You must be able to contain Alvin Kamara to have a chance. Lana says, I'm still waiting for Neil promo video from the Falcons talking about a Falcons rising from the ashes. Listen, that's preseason stuff. I get it. Yeah, but that's a tough one, man. That's a tough look. It's no different than all these Baker Mayfield commercials that you see coming out where he's basically dominating the NFL commercials next to Aaron Rodgers. Different is Aaron Rodgers is winning, but at least he's winning the games. Yeah, anything the Falcons have done from a preseason, pre-taping standpoint, it's all out the window. Right now, we just need a win. We must have a win. I'm telling you. Lana says tomorrow, Murray is going to be our problem. Maybe Kamara is going to play though. I mean, Murray. I'm still not that impressed with Murray. I think he's okay. I think if he was still good, he'd still be with Minnesota right now. I'm not that impressed by Murray. I think he had some great years with the Vikings, but I'm not sure if he's I don't know. He might be a great little side piece to have with New Orleans, but for the most part, I'm not super duper impressed with him. But hey, another weapon. So if Kamara does have some signs where he might not be that great, that Murray can come in, I get you. I get you where you're coming from. Again, we're going to come back tomorrow. It's hard for me to come up with any predictions for this game right now because I'm just I don't know how the Falcons are going to come out. I think this game will tell you what the Falcons are going to be the rest of the way. As crazy as it sounds, with the way Tampa has been slumping, Jacksonville is up and down. We still might get 2 or 3 wins out of this thing, but New Orleans is going to try their best to demoralize Atlanta this weekend. Get that in your head. Every time they come on the field, they're going to try to score. And don't forget the little human Swiss knife, Taysom Hill. If that cat and if he comes in on a punt, if they don't go punt safe and get ready for him, I'm going to be really ticked off. But Taysom Hill is one of those guys that's going to really try to affect what we have to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on a little bit longer tomorrow so we can get last-second predictions. We're going to do the predictions tomorrow. I wanted to do the keys today. Make sure you guys keep commenting so I can bring some of that stuff up tomorrow. Also, don't forget that this Sunday we will be live after the game at Dave and Buster's. Again, thanking Greg Sims down at Dave and Buster's in McDonough, the new McDonough location. We will be there live doing the post game at 5 o'clock. I will be there watching the game at 1 o'clock. So if you're on the south side of town and don't have anything else to do and don't want to just sit in front of your TV in case there's a blowout or something like that, you could commiserate with some fans. You could commiserate with fans at Dave and Buster's. And hey, have your kids go play. Shoot, if we get beat, we can all go play some games in there. So we'll be at Dave and Buster's live Sunday. I'll be there at 1 o'clock. However, at 5 o'clock, I'll be setting up to do the after game program. If you all are interested and want to sit in the area or end up wanting to speak on the line afterwards, please hit me on the messenger and let me know. And then I can make sure that we set that in. But we're going to have a great time on Sunday. Win, lose, or draw. It's Falcon Saints. You know it's going to be some Saints fans there. So Falcon fans, you need to show up. We got something on the south side of town. If you want to come on the north side of town, just let me know. But we will be there on Sunday for the Falcon Saints game. Check us out. Tomorrow, we will talk about predictions. Everybody, let's see. Come up with what you think. We'll share all that tomorrow. But until then, y'all take care. And we'll see y'all. Like I said, win or lose. Hey, we got to rise up, okay? Let's see if we can get this win against the hated Saints. I love some of y'all posts y'all putting out. Y'all are not only creative, but some of y'all are kind of dirty-minded. But nevertheless, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow to continue talking about this Falcons Saints game on Sunday. Y'all take care. Peace.